Ooh, rise of the Lord. You know the vibes, tribe. In case you ever wondered, your boy gets busy in the kitchen too. It's a little baked treat I made for a little kills. You understand what I'm saying? It's a little baked treat. Gotta take care of the family lamb. You know what I mean? Keep everybody eating good, eating healthy. Yeah, it's a ting. You dig what I'm saying? That's a ting. That's a ting. Hold on, I gotta get some better lighting on this so we can really see like how much of a ting this really is. It's a ting, believe me. Salutations. Greetings, peace, light, love. What's the vibe, tribe? How we feeling today? Out here counting these blessings, learning life lessons. You know the motherfucking vibes. Doing what we do like we doing it for TV. Health is wealth. Movement is medicine. We not focused on nobody's negativity. Stan 716-234-OG in the motherfucking building. Peace, light, love. Pasha Razi in the motherfucking building. What's the vibe, tribe? How we feeling? High vibing with the tribing. I got some flavor ass Gorilla Glue for later. I'm gonna enjoy that after the workout. Pre-workout, you know I'm about to enjoy these super runts. Shout out to the New York growers. Cali ain't really fucking with us right now. Cause New York is doing its own thing. So shout out to all the New York growers doing they thug thizzle. Hey yo, the word of the day for me, as a reflection of all, as we all, you know, persistently live life on our own terms, hopefully. For me, it's a discipline. Dedicating yourself to your own idea and or ideal. And building yourself up within that idea and or ideal. Discipline. Time to shine, time to grind, rise of the lost. What's the vibes? You're silly.
Am I though?
Yes, you're a silly bear.
What? No. I can't prove that.
Miss Nikki Gutta Goodson. What's the vibe? Oh, we are getting Tales from the Hard Side together. We do have majority of the songs on the playlist. It's a fitting song. I'm feeling well, Stan. I am well. I'm focused. I'm blessed. I'm effervescent. I'm aware. I'm awake. I'm conscious. I'm alert. I'm abundant, propulsive, magnetic, grateful, blessed, overall blessed. Pacharazzi. Combat this hate. Feel my power and faith. Got construction work going on next door. They are building units. Oh, they got a whole building coming in? Forced to focus. Devils listen. What we missing? My life like syntax. Yep. Damn. How long they building for, do you know? Is it like a year project? Longer or shorter? Telling me I don't have power. Never be more than you want now. Combat this hate. No idea. Damn. Indefinite is even worse. I ain't gonna lie, the super shit is pretty as hell too though. The perp is pretty. Getting a haircut today. Hey, I got it. What you need, what I got. Vibe high, I try my time. Then the wolves to rise, full moon high tide. Peace, what's the vibe? Molly water for the hoes. Silly bitch trying to slaughter my waist, and my wage ain't none but a slave. I envision you all in the grave, huh? Feds watching, they hysterical. I just knocked my mind from the maze. People more than a daze. You ain't peeping to play. Just hear me when I say. What you need, but I got spy, drop. I got it, 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 I got it. What you need, well I got. Just meet me at the spot. Beat me when it drop. Yeah, I notice it. Ain't some bird with no Daffy Ducks.
Is my chicken cousins piling up. Keep a couple baddies on deck. Yeah, they tryna smut. Staying on point. Cause these haters will set you up. 30 in the clip. And the chamber ain't to shut them up. Body dead and gone. Yeah, they wifey getting
finger fuck.
Going crazy, lose your mind.
Brain off the angel dust. I could get it. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, Stan, I'm working on it. I still gotta work out all this bullshit. I just had trials today. I beat the shit. I didn't get put in jail. So I'm counting the wins. I'm counting the blessings as always, doing the work. But I gotta pay down these debts and I gotta, you know what I mean? I'm doing battle for my kids and shit. BM been trying to ruin my life for like 6 years type shit. You know the vibes, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm still working on it. That's the goal. What you need, well I got. Just meet me at the spot. Beat me when it drop. Yeah, I know it's I got it. I got it. I got it. What you need, well I got. Just meet me at the spot. Beat me when it drop. Yeah, I know they're ops. Yeah, I know they're the ops. Stop fucking playing with. I know they're the ops, man. Shit ain't a fucking game. Yeah.
Live what you do, or live what you don't. Say you will what you want. Say you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you ain't got a front. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Say you will what you want. Say you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you ain't got a front. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Live what you do, or live what you don't. If you think it's a game, then you might win.
All of these days full of sin. Ending my night with a cup full of gin. Knock twice, she letting me swim. Heard you knock, she ain't letting you win. Call me side, cause I ain't your king. Money don't mean that you win. Money don't mean that you sin. Beam a Bentley, your Benz. Nowadays, how they determine friends. The game fucked up. Had to survive, I thrive with no luck. Steady moving, but a nigga feel stuck. I want a backstay, you ain't gotta rush. My life could end at night. I wanna know what it's feeling like. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Say you will, but you won't. Say you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you ain't got a front. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Say you will, but you won't. Say you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you ain't got a front. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Live what you do, or live what you don't.
Since I've been looking for
You should make me right with this hitting for. Tryna light it like loud, let me hit that roll. Yeah. My been your habit, but I feel like we both are addicts. Free agents, we both are managed. I'm tryna say that we both are damaged. Bad times said that's all they should seem to know. But when we first met, all I seen was glow. Fell in love with imperfect perfections. Every moment we share is a lesson. Finding courage through fear is a blessing. Who is they testing? Act up and I flex. Bad grin, let them rest. Put them all through my test.
live what you do, or live what you don't.
Say you will, but you won't. Say you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you ain't got a front. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Say you will, but you won't. Say you got it, but you don't. Bitch, you ain't got a front. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Live what you do, or live what you don't. Don't. Doing the motherfucking work, keep going strong. You'll push past every barrier that stands in your path. Y'all, appreciate you. On God, you know I appreciate you, Stan. You've been around this shit with me since like 2019 type shit. And I've been doing my damnedest to hold on and push on and move stronger. I'm focused. I promise you I'm focused.
Rise of the lost, this nation sting. Lord, wolf. All of these songs about demons, I love it. It's the evolution of thugging. At least they say if you niggas was wondering. Focus forth and I think that I'm bugging. It's the nation that's struggling while we caught in the reverie. Game is afoot with a referee.
No. In the country that's testing me, crooked politician, CEO, and big pharma that's on a mission. Where the I could win if the world would listen. But it's me against the world. Reapers creep my soul, might do a twirl. If these the end of times, then I'm the one to thrive. God body with the devil's mind. KO can spirit multiply.
All my life been like a maze. All these are final days.
Time to fight or time to pray. Find your light inside the shade. All life been like a maze. All these are final days. Time to fight or time to pray. Angels with me now, we clashing. I hope you bitches want an action. Bitch, your name you can caption. Christ with the passion. Charged up, bitch me in law, save us.
Who can blame us? Spirit retribution to protect us, the man.
The one is shooting.
The people looking cause their souls are crying.
Ancestral march, these are spirits fighting. Nah, this mine. This my song. Shade. You said rolling up camel fingers.
I got
Brother.
Space.
What up from the West Coast? I literally
Like
was about to get out of
why
here to
till I
go run
die,
some errands. And I was like, Kid Works is on. And I'm about to smoke. Perfect. What timing? 3
you know
hours
that.
apart, but on the same time. You know what it is. Bro, I always be wondering. I was like, bro, does he have a stick in his hand or did he roll that? Or is that like every time with bro, you got bars,
Yeah,
bro.
nah. I've been doing this shit, man. Fucking this music shit. I'm a veteran of this shit. I got fucking 16 years in this shit.
Sorry, not even just bars with the music. I meant you
Oh
got
yeah,
rolling
yeah.
abilities as well. Sorry. Where I'm from in NorCal, bars can mean like you can rap, you can roll blunts, or you
Oh,
can
I call this
drive
shit
really, really
texting.
well.
I
So
call
like you got
I
bars.
be calling this shit texting. I call this shit scrolling or texting, and I call driving. I'm sliding.
Yep, I've heard scrolling. Yep, yep. Okay, I've heard those before too. That's dope.
Shit,
How's
everything
your
going
Thursday
well,
going and
man.
shit?
I had my trial at 3:30. Obviously, I'm still here. The judge didn't tell me to turn myself in. They did not award her with jail. Jail was what was requested based on the fact that I'm paying my child support. Shit, you know what I mean? And it's in lump sums and shit. The judge said she's not gonna be granting jail. And then, Shorty got to try to save face, make it look good, fronting like she ain't want me in jail and shit, even though she the one that requested jail verbally, specifically, consistently, continuously, and the fact that she already had me locked up and just couldn't see it through because it was a criminal case. And if she would have testified on that criminal stand, she would have fucked herself over. And any lawyer with half a brain would have told her that, like, hey, family court is different. You get on that stand in criminal court, you better hope you really got some fucking evidence here. 100%.
Yeah, because you get to cross-examine her, you get to contest your witnesses in a criminal context, for sure. And it's like, like we were talking about, man, as an attorney, the most simple advice I can give to people, have the most
Yes.
concrete documents to make it
Yes.
as cut and dry for the attorney, because they don't want to get in the middle of your stuff. They don't care. They want documents to look at that their clerk
Unless
can
it's
tell them
New
this is
York attorneys. Let me tell you something
ABC,
about New York
give them what they
attorneys.
want.
These niggas are so dirty out here, man. I done went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 different attorneys to the point that motherfuckers threw my evidence in my face physically and told me if I want it put in, then I gotta do it myself. I've had lawyers tell me if I want to not be framed for doing things to my children, I need to not see my children. And this was my lawyer working for me. I've named names and all of that. Fuck that, because I ain't defaming nobody. I'll go to war for this shit, because this has been my life. It's like I had to say to the lawyer in the email earlier, because she tried to play herself. There's the same lawyer that represented me before talking about I represented you before. So I say in the email, since you've represented me before, it's very clear to me. You have zero to no interest in this case, or you just too busy for it. I said, but if it's not within your purview to represent me adequately, then you need to remove yourself from the case.
What up, bro?
And that's violative of her professional duties if she doesn't seem interested in your case.
I know
by the
that.
way. You can
And that's
report her
why
to the
her
state
moms
bar
came
if
from
you
the
want
family
that's what
practice and made sure she wasn't fucking there. Because I'm not stupid. I know how to speak. I keep a long-ass paper trail, and I got all my evidence going back to 2017 when this shit started. Because like I said to every lawyer I've been in front of thus far, for y'all it's a case. For me, it's my life. Don't get this shit twisted. We're not fighting the same fight.
For real, man. It's kind of weird being an attorney and a lawyer, and you just see these people that treat these important life events as a transactional situation when they can change not even your life, but like you're telling me, bro, your sons, your partners, your
Right.
daughters. But where's that in the law, right? Where's that in your attorney's duty to represent you? And yet they're supposed to have your interest as a fiduciary to put you first. And yet your experience, right, is like, nah, bro, that ain't the case. And I got to be like, yeah, like that's the truth. Like a lot of lawyers, a lot of attorneys, they aren't who they say they are and who they even told you they are. Because once you work with them, you see, oh, like I'm just a number out of your 200
Yeah.
cases to keep your shop open or
Yeah.
work most times. I'm not like that, but most attorneys, they're a part of capitalism and the state. They're
I
sworn
know.
to it,
I
no matter what they tell
I
you.
know.
And what's up, shout
RumblinG
out to
Thunder in
my
the
brother who just
motherfucking
came in. I like
building.
that shirt. Every day is a Monday.
What's
Oh, every
good,
day
bro?
is a
Hey,
Monday.
Peace, peace,
this is my
peace,
design. I
peace,
appreciate that,
peace.
bro.
Go. Be quiet.
I'm gonna have to pick one of those up. Make sure you
All
plug
right,
the
for sure.
link in the
Yeah,
chat. I'll
link is in the
screenshot
bio,
it.
bro. I'm kind of good. I'm happy to see you, bro. I definitely send up a prayer for your situation, bro.
I appreciate you, because, you know, this shit, everybody that know anything know. It's here today, going tomorrow. You see me on posting this shit all the time. All of a sudden, you see me on post for 4 months. Nigga pop up. They had me sitting in the tank because the judge, you know what I mean, decided it wasn't your day, champ. So, you know.
One thing, kid, I wanted you to speak on, because, you know, I'm 30 years old. I don't have any kids, but like I really want to be a father, right? Which means like I want to be
Yes.
a partner and I want to be a leader of a household. But you said a lot of your situation is from
Yes.
not valuing yourself, right? So how do you talk to young men like me about how you take that step to want to become a father responsibly, but not disrespect yourself in the process, so you don't kind of like end up walking the road that you, my brother, and many of our other leaders
Yes.
and young and men have had to walk in these legal structures, because it kind of like
Yes.
gets you wed
You're
to the
100%.
state in a certain way.
I think, I know that if this was one person or 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people, the word would most likely be the same, because it's just observing the human experience in general and how there's been a disconnect for people in general to the idea and concept of personal purpose. So as far as people having the mental acuity and the emotional acuity to even forge spiritual acuity, it's all missing. We're missing foundational pieces of what I would deem as the hierarchical structure of the human spirit and how to develop and build the human spirit. So if we're looking at men, especially specifically speaking to disenfranchised men of color, black and brown, we come from historically tribes, kings, villages. So the idea and concept of family is still genetically coded in us. Just because we've had a gap historically where our genetic code has now been tweaked and altered, where we've lost some of our sense of memory, and there's a semblance now of the family unit versus a family unit. I'd scream to the top of my lungs, find your why. The same way I've been saying since last year when I first went viral around this time. It was October, I think. And again, it all started with that idea and concept of each of us have to define our specific why. You don't have to always tell someone what your why is, but you need to be able to define it for yourself, because without purpose, we are relinquished to the whims of those observing us. And those observing us don't even see us as people. Remember, we're seen only as numbers. And for those that observe us from the tertiary or the secondary, we're seen as our societal construct. We're seen as our gender only, or as our creed only, or as our religion only, or as our hue or political affiliation only. This is a broken age, and since it's a broken age, that means this is an age of healing. So for any young men, boys who are yearning to reestablish the connection to what would be deemed and seen as the divine masculine, which allowed us to exist in our nature and not be defiant to nature in and of itself, it's recognizing what parts of our nature don't serve us, relinquishing it, and leaning into the parts of our nature that reestablish our connection to the divine, the source, the divine masculine, and in turn, our divine feminine counterpart, so that we can begin to reestablish the connection and balance that it seems to have been eroded, corroded, and destroyed. You have a why. So I know innately you're going to second guess any woman you even come in contact with, not even just for the potential of being a carrier of your legacy, but because she could be opposition, she could be a plant, she could be a fed. You living on a whole different frequency than most. You moving how I was moving when I had to wake shorty up at midnight. The question, yo, shorty, are you the feds? Like, yo, hold on. Like, no, I need to talk to you for real. Like, hold on. Let me see your bag. You got a bug in there? What's up? Because you and I know that there's levels to life, and not everyone is living on the same level. So for you who can you can observe multiple matrices, you have the ability to walk in between them. I don't see you picking a partner from certain matrices or even scouting that fucking source. You know?
Yeah, I'm not finding
I
love in the
mean,
club.
I already know that you don't think that if you go to a strip club with some guys from the office on a Friday night, that wifey's there. I know I don't got to tell you that. So it always goes back to just the general idea of finding a personal why. Because once an individual has a why, they scope their whole reality around it. And then you as an individual get to define the why, when, wheres, and hows of the side to find. I was living in moments that had little to no relevance.
Got chime in there, bro?
Oh,
Answer,
of course,
Yeah,
please,
go.
please.
answer the bro's question. So I had to do a quick wardrobe change for the topic of discussion for the question specifically. Source code.
Talk about it.
Knowledge itself is the answer to the question. And so I have like a social experiment for a documentary series called 25 to Lifestyle, Sentenced to Thrive. And it's for melanated men to create documentaries of themselves, expressing how they view themselves as a success outside of the constraints of what society tells us is successful.
Yes.
And it's a positive propaganda social experiment, because we've been programmed to think of ourselves negatively first. And for myself, like I've been to 40 countries, bro. And
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Wait, run it back. I think my mind glitched out. What is the social experiment?
I like it.
No. Yeah, I
25,
think I do. I think my mind glitched out because, I started going down that virgin path. So I'm trying to, I want to reestablish.
all right. So the social experiment all right, bro, peep this game. So one of my main hashtags that I created for the social experiment is I threw that shit in the room weeks ago.
Like it.
If you go to my Patreon that I established like 6 years ago, the very first post is, if it's dope, like it. All of it for the anticipation of this documentary series, because at the time I was trying to promote mental health in the melanated community to like help repair communication issues and stuff like that, right? And people
Yes.
was like laughing, looking at me like, yeah, ha, 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 you crazy, because there's a stigma still attached to mental health and it wasn't commercialized yet. So me just being the multimedia juggernaut that I am and having these motherfuckers to steal from me for so long, I just, you know what I'm saying, just elevated my chess game, bro, and said, all
So
right,
right.
if y'all motherfuckers gonna continually steal from me, I'm going to make you steal something that's only gonna benefit me and people who look like me. So I'm gonna create a, a whole branding vehicle thing,
Talk about black man.
like not only like strong in concept, but innovatively sound. Like, bro, peep game, bro. So on this channel right here, my pin post is art school. So this is where I'm like trying to teach us the importance of intellectual property and how to monetize our currency, which is what we're doing right now in some way, shape, or form. And like this is all the answer to your question,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
gonna tap in with you, bro, for
Because
sure, because I need to work on
at,
that.
at the end of the day, like there's a quote. This is the third time I've said this in 2 days. Like William Blake has a quote: "I must create my own system or be slave to another man's." It like you're not going to be able to properly sit right as the king of your throne if you work for somebody else.
I concur. That's why I walk the path I walk.
It's it, and it just ain't built for everybody. But that's
Mm-hmm.
where there's an uphill battle because society has created this microwave society to where this is what they're fantasizing. Everything's supposed to be easy. Everything's supposed to come with a picket fence and 3 dogs and 3 vacations and 3 exotic cars and a dinosaur and a giraffe that breathes fucking fire. So
Say that shit. Capitalist propaganda of adulthood.
yeah, bro. So it's at the end of the day, is having realistic expectations of yourself, knowing what your talents, skills, and weaknesses are, and developing all of those things into a way that you can sustain yourself.
Yeah.
And one way to know that is I'll speak from my own personal perspective, and where knowledge itself is not just cliche. It's like it's imperative. It's like air, because if you can't envision or have never envisioned the people who were before you that allowed you to get here, you don't actually know what you come from. Like it's impossible for you to project a reality on where you're supposed to go if you don't have a foundational orientation of what you come from.
If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Respectfully.
So like if your ancestors, like for instance, were bankers, a tribe of bankers, it may make some sense for you to do some things in that lane.
Yeah. Logically, yeah. Things 101 in the building. What up? Low Dojo, what up? Raw Peso, what up? Raul Peso, Raul. I
So
see you up.
then, as a follow-up, like, how do you think becoming a father changes you or has changed you as a man and a leader in your community, right? Because I say there's like levels to adulting, right? It's not, oh, one day you just get a house and a wife and a picket fence and a dog and everything's good, right? Like you become a man, you
Yeah.
become a father. And
Stages.
those are different roles within being an adult, it's like a different step. So I kind of wonder how that kind of like changed you personally. But like, man, I've seen some of your old work when you were standing up at BET and stuff as well. So I know there's got to be a change because you also got to protect your genetic tribe as well as developing your tribe. So I know, like, to be honest, man, I see you as a coach and a mentor and a friend. Like, you've instilled in me to keep my standards high and to keep working, right? And I know you still had to, like, at times draw your boundaries to go be a father.
Yeah.
So I know, like, it's changed how you've shown up in your community, but you've still done the work. So I kind of just wonder how that affected you.
My journey to being what I perceive and consider to be a great father, working on maintaining the role and status of great father, because I can easily slip off of that stool. And there are days that I slip off, and there are moments that I slip off. And it's me being honest with myself that I'm able to reassert myself back into the role of being a great father, whether that be me observing how I handled an interaction with one of my children, me taking the time in hindsight to observe what the deeper ramification and potential ramification of something I said and how I said it to one of my children may be, doing the work to mitigate that, doing the work to undo damage I may perceive I may have done, recognizing that there's still time to course correct and change the path. I didn't reach that stage of parenting and fatherhood until my twin boys and my oldest son were taken away from me due to manipulation of the family court system. In that moment, because it all happened like relatively the same week, almost same month, that my oldest son was living with me. My mother had him with my grandmother. And my twins were, 50-50 custody between their mother and I. So to me, it was like we finally getting our Cosby household together. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling like I'm really starting to feel like him. Like fuck being on stage and being around celebrities. That never made me feel like him. I never pretended it did. That's why like you don't see my page riddled with those pictures, because that shit means nothing to me. In real time, it really don't. But those nights when all the kids was there, bro, I felt like I can't even explain the amount of love I felt. The amount of like just everything is good finally. You know what I mean? So in the moment that my son didn't get off the bus and the fear and the anxiety settle in, and I get a text from my family saying we have him, and I'm like, and then, CPS comes to my house because the twins' mother decides she's going to try to frame me in the same month. So all of a sudden, the twins have to immediately be taken away because we have to err on the side of caution. So I have no one from my bloodline going to bat for me. So all in like the same like time span of it seemed a week, like my entire world crumbled. My entire foundation crumbled in my mind. And I felt like I was descending towards the abyss. And when I hit what I felt was that bottom, and I almost bottomed out, and that's when suicidal idealization kicks in, and you start to question your own purpose, and you start to question, especially as a man who's been raised and programmed to know you're a protector, you're a provider, you're supposed to be for your family, for your family, for your family. Well, what the fuck just happened here? Because I thought that's what I was doing. I was working as a fucking personal trainer in the gym. I wasn't out here slinging dick to the hoes and selling packs. So like, I'm very confused. What the fuck was I doing? What was the issue? I had wifey at home. I had a newborn. Again, I was doing what I thought was right. So when that didn't give me what I believed I deserved, I had to introspect and recognize how little I believed I deserved leading up to that point, and how in real time I was dealing with the entirety of the time period that I believed I didn't deserve. Because that entirety of a period, I was setting up the stage for the here and now, with the players I was choosing to interact with, the choices I was making, and my conscious decision to ignore red flags, my conscious decision to ignore the OGs giving me the humblest of warnings about what I was doing, and me choosing to lean into the ego and lean into the id. Because it's what I'm supposed to be, right? Fresh out, ain't nothing to go back. I'm fresh out of jail, my weight up. I'm supposed to be fucking everything moving, right? I'm not supposed to be thinking about none of this shit. I'm supposed to be getting my time back, right? I gotta make up for lost time, right? So I recognize the disservice I had done to my sons only when it seemed to have been too little too late. And it was in that moment, again, the bottoming out, suicidalization, the depression, the feeling of powerlessness, sitting in those courts, literally feeling those moments of hope because I got evidence, I got proof, I got tan, I got witness, I got everything I need. There's no way. There's no way. And then look, yes way. So I only found or created or discovered or revealed the greatest version of a father and a coach and a mentor when I recognized through hindsight how little I actually had done. Not to say that I wasn't giving in that moment what I believed to be enough, because obviously in that moment I believed it was enough. It was only in hindsight that I was able to reveal the truth to myself.
If I could chime in, for me, everything changed. And lockdown hit. And my son was like just turned 1, and it was like a tipping point for me because I was already going through a bunch of personal battles where, just as always, like there was lines being drawn, and in order for me to elevate, like, I had to decide on which version I was going to communicate from. Um, Understanding that the fairy tale is a fairy tale, like the American dream is a fairy tale and a facade, and needing the ability and wanting the ability to express to my son in all ways, shapes, and form of not only how not safe it is, but how to navigate that shit instead of versus all you got to do is try to fit into this square hole and everything's gonna be all right. Like that's bullshit. Um, and that's like part of the programming in our community is like that's what we taught is to keep our head down and stay out the way.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is that? Like that's like I'm
Yeah,
trying
go
to I'm
live a long, oppressed life.
no, that's like survival shit, bro. That's like survival. That's like try not to notice me so I'm not a burden and I'm not in your way. Like that's some slavery shit, bro. Like that's the white man coming and you look him in the eye if you want to. Like that's conditioning to look down and to
Yeah.
stay out the way and to minimize yourself.
Yes.
And like it's the definition of humble. That's where like that word has been interwoven
Hated.
into our lexicon and motherfuckers associated with righteousness.
It's not.
It's not. It's not. Like you fucking yourself 12 times over.
Yeah.
So for me, like I'll say this closing because I'm about to take my son to the beach and my joint about to die. Again, I said this to you before.
Shout out to all the great black fathers out there. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes.
I said this to you before, and this is the answer to your question. Like, when the lockdown hit, I got to do right. I write and I do all types of shit. And now I just put my shit on a t-shirt. And I don't know if this is on a t-shirt yet, but it's definitely protected. But there's a quote that I came up with, and it says, either vibes of martyrdom drip from your lips or your breath smells like cowardice.
That's a bar.
I'd wear that shirt.
Yeah, I'd definitely wear that.
I'd wear that shirt.
Definitely put
Let's get it.
that on. You got me.
Man, you still gotta chop it up with me, nigga, about being the fucking ambassador for you, man. I gotta get this shit together because I already told you. You ain't even gotta ask me. I already told you you got me. You just gotta tell me what you need me to do. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta lay it out. You hit me with a 3-point bullet and like, yo, if you could do, hey, I'll tell you what it is. I got you, my nigga. I ain't looking for no money or no shit. We gonna make this shit work. I'm trying to be how I get this shit attention. We trying to get eyes and ears. You know what I mean? That's all. We trying to get eyes and ears.
But you already know, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying. So you already know like the levels where we be communicating, and even at the times when I was trying to hit you, like I already knew that something was going on because I was dealing with shit too. So it
Yeah, it's like
It's
everybody
like,
spider said be saying be like, nah, something ain't right with the bro. Something ain't right with the bro.
something's fishy.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, I'm sitting here battling demons quietly, and I don't like to talk about it till the shit done. Like, I ain't even bring this shit up till yesterday was the first time I mentioned it. Because it was today, and I was like, it ain't enough time for nobody to put too much mojo or shit on my shit right now. Like, because we already in the fight. And I talk
Yeah.
about it now because, like I tell everybody, I talk about shit when the chapter is done being written so that I'm not letting too many motherfuckers touch the pen. And that's what a lot of us forget.
Say that.
That's it. We are our greatest currency, bro. Y'all be easy,
100.
man.
You too.
I'm out of here,
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna tap in with you. I want to be an ambassador too. I need more shirts for all this programming and network I'm about to start. So tap in with me.
Hey,
I'm gonna get you.
let's do it,
I
bro.
just followed you
Everybody,
too. So follow everybody on
We
the
gonna get a
panel.
group. The three of us gonna get a group chat going. I'm pretty sure we all on Signal at this point.
That'd be a great
all
idea.
right,
Yeah,
let's
Great
get
idea.
it.
let's get it.
For sure.
All right, family.
That's all.
All power to the people.
All
You gonna be
power.
set. Shoot, I think I'm
Love,
probably gonna
love.
head out too in a minute. I gotta
Yeah,
run
I
this
gotta go link
errand.
up with a client. I got training in fucking 25 minutes.
All right, bro. Enjoy that blunt. Keep enjoying your freedom. You
Yeah.
already know, man. Stay critical. I'm gonna come up
Yes.
with some more ideas, and I'm gonna hit your line too about some
Yeah.
other things. So, have
Yeah.
a
Nah,
great
we
day.
gonna jump on a call. We gotta get on a call. We jump on like a video chat or some shit.
Yeah. So we'll make it happen either way. But it's great to see you free as always, and keep up the great work. So you're
Count the
leading people
blessings,
like
man. I
me and keeping the
appreciate you. I love your
vibe
story
high.
reflection.
So,
Stay
hey,
critical.
you already know. All power to the people.
Full power.
Peace.
Peace, light, love. Yeah, I'm gonna see y'all on the other side. I'm getting ready to go get training in. It's time to put in that work. Y'all know the vibes. Do the work or don't. House of Synergy in the building. Make sure y'all following. Esthetician University in the building. Make sure y'all following. And yes, you could jump on that call with me. Abby, just tap in with me. If I don't if you don't got my number already, I got you. I'll get you so you can hit me on either WhatsApp or Signal. If it's some shit you're trying to keep confidential, hit me on Signal. If it's some shit you don't really, just hit me on WhatsApp. But yeah, I'm out of here. I'm about to go put in that work, get some more of this fitness content, get some more of this content in general. Keep this motherfucking shit in motion because we are doing the work so the work get done. Rise of the lost. Peace, light, love. I see you on the other side.